Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And you wonder why everything's going to the shitter. Excuse my language, excuse my French, but holy friggin' moly. These are the people that are in charge. Remember not too long ago we covered that clip where Janet Yellen essentially announced to the world that yes, Social Security is on a path towards bankruptcy, but Joe Biden, well, he just doesn't have a plan.
Has Treasury really not looked at, okay, we're already charging $4.9 trillion for the deficit, for Medicare, for a lot of other things, and now we got to add social, but we haven't done the math to figure out how much that tax rate would have to be?
The president doesn't have a plan. He has principles. He wants to work with Congress to find a way to protect Social Security and extend its solvency.
We all remember that, right? An idiotic facepalm moment, which of course would be funny if it wasn't so serious. Janet Yellen is the Treasury Secretary. We're talking about the White House here. They have absolutely no frickin' plan, no idea. These are the people that are leading you. These are the people who say they're going to solve the world's most complex problems. They're going to solve poverty. They're going to build the economy from the ground up. They say all these amazing things. You know, the sales pitch is one thing, but then in actual practice, when these people are in leadership, frankly, I don't know how else to say it, but they're complete morons. Well, I think that's a real trend in this administration, from the White House press secretary to the Treasury Secretary to the president and the vice president themselves, and of course all their advisors. There's a clip currently going around all over social media, which truly shows, the complete idiocy of the left. These are the people who are in charge. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks. So here's a clip that's bouncing all over Twitter. This was posted by Finding the Money Film. The individual in the clip is a man by the name of Jared Bernstein, who's the chair of the Council of Economic Advisors for President Joseph R. Biden. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say, play the clip.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves? I'm waiting for someone to stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
Like you said, they print the dollar, so why does the government even borrow?
Well, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. The government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do? They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds. Right, because they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money. Yeah, so a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question that the government prints money and then it uses that money to, yeah, I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. Because it's like the government clearly prints money. It does it all the time, and it clearly borrows. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this debt and deficit conversation. So I don't think there's anything confusing there.
Well, I guess it's that time again. Play the response clip. What did I just listen to? Honestly, what did I just listen to? I literally have no idea. These are the people who are in charge of spending, monetary policy, and economic policy. This guy is a know-nothing. He knows absolutely nothing. He cannot analyze nor explain the system. That was 2 minutes of words, but nothing actually being said. These are the people who are in charge. This Jared Bernstein guy is an economic advisor, so you would expect that he has a background in finance and economics. Well, if you think that's the case, you don't know the Democrat Party very well now, do you? All we gotta do is Google Jared Bernstein education, and look what comes up. He went to the Manhattan School of Music, Hunter College, and Columbia University. If we scroll a little bit down, we could see that Bernstein graduated from the Manhattan School of Music with a bachelor's degree in fine arts, and at Columbia University, Jared Bernstein earned his PhD in social welfare from CSSW in 1994. This guy studied fine arts and has a PhD in social welfare. You literally cannot make this stuff up. It's insane. It's complete insanity. It's more insane than the policies themselves. But most importantly, I mean, it explains the policies. It explains why everything's going so horribly at the moment. The system is being ran by overly educated imbeciles who don't actually have a grasp on what's going on, who don't understand the policies that they deal with. These people literally think just print more money, borrow and print more money. It's left-wing Keynesian economic theory. That's what it is. Grow the debt, keep spending money on all of these social welfare programs that the country cannot afford, take care of the people now, and don't worry about the future, kick the can down the road, because once inflation kicks in, well, the debt will seem rather insignificant in the future. You know, that's what left-wingers keep telling me, but again, even that makes no sense. You kick the can further down the road, as inflation persists, you're growing the debt to a similar rate of inflation, because everything costs more in real time, and so these social welfare programs keep getting more and more expensive, and you essentially never get out of that debt. It's an endless cycle. There's no kumbaya moment at the end, where inflation magically fixes the problem. No, inflation is the problem, and really it's the problem of our time right now. Inflation, like I'm always saying, is the most insidious tax known to mankind. And well, what does inflation do? Well, it takes money out of the lower and middle class, it makes you poorer, and it makes the rich richer. And you know, this seems to be something that the eat the rich left-wing side still cannot grasp. I wonder why. They cannot see the obvious clear error in their ways. They can't even explain economic and monetary policy when they're the ones who are in charge of economic and monetary policy. I mean, no wonder everything's going to hell in a handbasket. No wonder we have out of control inflation with very little growth, in other words, stagflation, which they've now dubbed Bidenomics, the greatest new economic theory. What you get with Bidenomics is endless money printing and spending, because the theory is that how can the government go bankrupt if we print our own money?
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
Hyperinflation, horrible economic numbers, horrible economic outlook for your average American, billionaires getting richer, and then of course, this administration gaslighting you into oblivion. What do you mean things are tough? Things are great. Bidenomics is working. Look at all the manufacturing jobs we've created. What manufacturing jobs? RNC Research did all the work for us. Here's a couple facts that they laid out following the most recent April jobs report. Under Biden, more foreign-born workers have joined the labor force than native-born workers. 777,000 more Americans are now unemployed than 1 year ago. Overall unemployment is at the highest levels in 2 years, with unemployment increasing among Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, veterans, and Americans without high school diplomas in April. Permanent job losses and temporary layoffs both shot up last month, as did the numbers of Americans with part-time jobs. For economic reasons and the number of long-term unemployed Americans, labor force participation still remains far below pre-pandemic levels. The jobs report was, quote, much less than expected.
And April non-farm payrolls expanded much less than expected, 175,000. We're looking for a number much closer to 250,000, and at least up to this point, in the rearview mirror, 303,000. There are revisions, minus 22,000 for a 2-month span.
And of course, the GDP came significantly under expectations at 1.6% in the last quarter. This is Bidenomics, or more importantly, this is what they're doing to you. The country is being led by irresponsible, out-of-control leftists who deal in economic theories and academic theories about fine arts and social welfare. It's not being led by intelligent, common-sense conservatives. And I don't mean conservatives in the sense of Republicans. I mean conservatives in the sense of people who are trying to conserve good policy and, of course, your bank account and your standing in the global economic world. Everything they say is a lie. Joe Biden's not creating jobs. Those are part-time jobs. Those are foreign jobs and government jobs. Inflation is ripping through the economy. Wages aren't going up. They're delivering absolutely nothing in terms of tangible results. And every day that goes by, I'm simply missing Donald Trump more and more. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. An interesting clip, don't really need to say much. I feel like you guys pretty much get it. I don't think it's a controversial stance to say that the president's economic advisors probably shouldn't have fine arts degrees and PhDs in social welfare. We're being governed by incompetence. That is absolutely clear. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.